And we are now going to proceed into our State of the Industry segment. We begin, gang, with a traditional part of these presentations in the past, and that gives us an opportunity to hear from our outgoing chair. And then we pass the gavel, we pass the torch to our incoming chair, and both of them have an opportunity to address us. Let me say something about Mike Jokovich that I've said at our board meeting yesterday. It's one thing to be a leader of an organization in good times. Anyone can do that. But when you try to head up an organization, a business, a nonprofit, what have you, in difficult times, that's when the true test and the measure of leadership. And Mike has been a very strong leader. He's not let his duties, very important duties with his hotel chain, get in the way of things that he needs to do to guide our organization during these very difficult times. So Mike, this wasn't your first rodeo, and perhaps that's why it helped you. You were chair before and did such a good job then. When you came back to Hawaii, we said, oh, we got to put you in line to be the chair of HLTA again. So without further ado, folks, let's hear from our outgoing chair, Mike Jokovich. Mike?
Thank you. Mahalo, Mufi. I appreciate that very much. Aloha, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for taking time today out of your busy Aloha Friday to participate in a wonderful conference. I'll tell you, since we started yesterday, this 193rd HLTA General Membership Meeting has been very, very thoughtful and certainly one that's been very informative. And we appreciate the staff of HLTA and everything that you've put together for this. In addition, today is World Kindness Day. So I urge everybody to extend an act of kindness to somebody. And if you have to think of what you have to do, give someone a mask. Give someone a face covering, because as Mayor Victorino tells us on Maui, that is the only vaccine that we have. Our world has changed. And speaking of this whole world, when I accepted the chair position job in this position about a year ago on the Big Island, I never expected in my wildest dreams we would be where we are today. And last year I spoke about record levels of tourism, illegal transient vacation rentals, having more synergy with government officials, and respect for our native Hawaiian culture. And in many ways, all of this was addressed this year in some fashion or form. The word pandemic was new to me. And in late February and early March, the US and Hawaii started to feel the effects of this virus that was coming from China, as it started as an epidemic and it grew to that pandemic. And little did we know that tourism was going to be shuttered in March, and we were going to struggle the rest of the year to get back. If anything can be said about being positive this year, I would say it would be the connections that we developed in our industry. With all of the colleagues and all of the officials, we really came together. In addition, from a personal level, long lost friends and relatives got together, and it allowed us to just ground ourselves a little bit in our life. But then we immediately had to pivot and flex our minds to really understand what a recovery mode was going to look like in Hawaii and decide what's going to be the best for our visitor industry. So through collaboration and agreements and some disagreements along the way, our mission was always to help each other and help our residents and visitors. Aloha Later, you may recall, was one of our first initiatives as we paused tourism and we asked visitors if they could come back later. And we would support them with a discount through some of our partners when they did come back. And as we generated those funds, we distributed them throughout the islands for those in need with food drives. Health and safety standards were developed and shared with many officials, brands, and industry partners. Community involvement was evident throughout the state with our food drives, hotel supply donations, personal volunteering. And some businesses remained open throughout this pandemic, and many lessons were learned. Hotels started to come back online sooner than others, and then we developed a We Are Ready campaign, which was on all the islands, so we could show our elected officials and certainly some of our health officials that our number one priority in our visitor industry was colleague safety and our customer safety as well. Government, public, and private opinions and solutions seemed to be different throughout the year. Some wanted to be risk takers and some wanted to wait. What was the best for Hawaii as this economic engine stalled? We had to do something. And what I'm really proud of now is that we finally did it. We came together with the blessings of a private and public partnership to welcome tourism back to our islands. We are thinking, or we're acting differently today. And it's now our chance to start over again and market Hawaii as a safe destination that has natural resources that need to be protected and a culture that deserves respect. It has been my honor to serve this past year as your chairperson for HLTA, and I thank you so much for this opportunity. I'd also like to thank Mufi and all of the staff, Jared, Jason, Jessica, Ashley, for your support. Your hard work this year does not go unnoticed. And I'm very pleased to pass this paddle to Cheryl Williams as we continue to work towards that end goal and certainly get us through the islands together with HLTA and this association and our visitor industry. Mahalo and take care. We will see you there someday. And hopefully next year, I'm going to see all of you at Andaz Maui at Wailea Resort, because that's where our general membership meeting will be in person together. Aloha.
Right. Okay, aloha, everybody. Thank you, Michael, so much. You have been an amazing chairman. Oh, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. You have been an amazing chairman during one of the most difficult times in our history. And I've really enjoyed working with you this past year and getting to know you. I've learned a great deal from you, and I'll do my best, I promise, to continue to build upon your leadership, upon the leaders that came before you, and continue the great work that you have done with the team at HLTA and all of us during your time as chair. And I know that you'll continue to be here for us. And for me, as the new incoming
Absolutely.
chair, I appreciate everything. Mahalo.
Mahalo.
And I would also like to thank our president and CEO, Mufi Hanneman, and his team, the two Jareds, Ashley, Jessica, Jason, for their tireless efforts, and I mean tireless, on behalf of the members of HLTA. I don't think any of them sleep, to be honest with you. They do so very much for us. And I've seen them in action each and every day since I started my involvement with HLTA. Each and every day they focus on advocating the needs of our members with the federal, state, and county governments. As you all know, these past few months have seen bills introduced that would be very harmful to our industry. And it's up to all of us to engage and support and help Mufi and his team to support policies that would aid our industry by opposing any harmful legislation before our state and county governments. We need more participation in that area. And so we're counting on you all of our members to help us. You know, when Mufi and the team reach out to get us to write testimony, we also need more support in contributing to our hotel pack. So we would really appreciate that moving forward. I have seen this group in action, the HLTA team, as they provide numerous educational opportunities, mentorship, and timely information and resources to our members, our legislators, the news media, and the community. And I personally have had the opportunity to be an HLTA generational mentor for the last 3 years. And, you know, honestly, there is so much talent out there that wants to be a part of our industry. And it's really up to all of us to embrace their enthusiasm and help build our next generation of leaders as we move forward. And I'm going to ask all of our members to identify at least one high potential team member to join our hype group moving forward. This is an amazing group of young professionals, leaders that are active in our industry. And my goal is to engage with this group more frequently than I have in the past during my year as chair. And I think that this group can help us reimagine our future, you know, as we continue to enhance the value of your HLTA membership. So that's something that I definitely would like to accomplish moving forward. In addition, you know, Michael went through all the great things that were accomplished this year during his chairmanship. And certainly one of the foundations of HLTA has always been their tradition of giving and taking care of our community. And, you know, unfortunately, during the year that I was chair of the charity walk, there was no charity walk. And that was, you know, that was a really hard decision for all of us to make. However, you know, these traditions will remain, you know, a part of our foundation of HLTA moving forward with the charity walk, with the scholarships, and also with the mentorships. And again, taking care of our community and our leaders of the future. The other thing is I have seen this team in action along with our board of directors over the last year to grow our membership. And this is despite the setbacks that we've all experienced with COVID-19. And so I just wanted to encourage everybody, you know, our membership and that to really help us to grow our membership. We all know that there is strength in numbers, and now more than ever, we need to look to grow it. The more expansive and diverse we are, the more powerful our voice becomes moving forward. And during these difficult times, we need that. Michael said it, and I'm going to say it as well. Our world has changed, and we have a very, very long road to recovery ahead. And many of us have been through tough times before. And through these tough times, we've all gotten really good at doing something new and always reemerge stronger and better, you know, as a result. So my mantra during, you know, my year as chair is really going to be about let's all rally together. Let's re-energize ourselves and others as we reopen and rebuild our business. Let's support each other and stay close and connected with one voice, one vision, and deliver a future together that may look a lot different, but it will be filled with a lot of innovation and creativity and resources from all of the industry members and partners. And so it's truly an honor to be your new chair, and I look forward to the year ahead. Mahalo.
So as you can see, we have enjoyed great leadership under Mike Jokovich, and certainly now with Cheryl Williams, who my history with her goes way back also, and certainly in her previous GM posts that she's had, always willing to help, always willing to kokua. And as you can see, she's literally hit the ground running and now is ready to take us to the next step and level. So thank you so much, Mike. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Mike?
I just wanted to say thank you for the lay. And, you know, I remember when Glenn got this last year. And I really appreciate this gift. And I will always treasure this past year with everybody, even though we're not live together. I can feel the aloha and I know it's out there. So again, mahalo, Cheryl, look forward to working with you too. And again, I appreciate it.
Great. Thank you. Thanks, Mike and Cheryl. So we're also blessed by having some new board members that I would like to recognize at this time and appreciate their willingness to serve, appreciate their willingness to impart some of their valuable time with us as we try to move our agenda forward. So if I may, I'd like to single them out at this time here because this is what we call our low-key board induction, if you will, by basically stating who they are. And of course, we took all these names to you for your ratification and approval. Tom Kalami of the Kyoya Hotels and Resorts, Marriott International. Joshua Hargrove, Prince Waikiki. Joe Ibarra, Kahala Hotel and Resort. Andrew Rogers from the Ritz-Carlton Kapalua. Matt Grousel from Alohilani, Waikiki Beach. Irby Morvant, Hyatt Regency, Waikiki Beach. Mike Rumpel, Domino's Pizza. And Valerie King, Sea Life Park. So congratulations to all of you. And we look forward to you adding to the wonderful board that we at HLTA, the team, has a privilege to serve and to work with. Thank you so much.